Hi everyone, Tony from Hack the Movies here, and earlier this week we covered Batman Begins on my podcast for its 20th anniversary. If you're new here, once or twice a week I do a podcast where I talk about movies new and old. You can find the video version of the podcast here, or you can listen to the audio version of the podcast wherever you get your podcasts. I decided I'm not quite done with this movie, so I thought I would take a look at the tie-in video game and ask the ultimate question. Is Batman Begins the game just like the movie? Let's start with the look and feel of the game. I play these movie tie-in games a lot, and this one really captures the film style perfectly. It has that almost copper color palette that the film had. The suit, gadgets, and car are all lifted from the film. There are a few times where you can go outside in the city, and we could see the monorails that spread all over Gotham. The League of Shadows mountain base and Arkham Asylum also resemble their film counterparts. We don't really get to go into the Batcave in this game, but we do see the road that leads up to it, and we do see the inside of Wayne Manor. Although the entrance to the Batcave is different, now when you hit the piano, the whole floor descends into the cave, instead of a bookshelf opening to reveal an elevator. Funny enough, the Arkham VR game did the whole piano and floor descending bit. They were somehow able to get the entire main cast of the film, minus Gary Oldman, to voice their characters in the game.
Tell me about the rabbits.
Can you be more threatening?
Tell me about the rabbits.
When you watch the behind-the-scenes video, it's clear that Michael Caine had the most fun doing this.
Will you send me a game?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So I can learn how to play it. I've got to get one of the things you play it on, haven't I?
Right.
I'm still trying to get my email.
Batman resembles his screen version pretty well. He even repeats some of his iconic lines from the film. And several times throughout the game, you can quietly descend from above an enemy and grab them, which makes sense because that moment from the film was used in pretty much all the trailers. It's probably one of the most memorable moments from the film.
Where are you?
Here. But since this is a video game, they didn't have some of the limitations that an actor on a set would have wearing the Batsuit. So Batman in this is way more agile. He can actually turn his head and does plenty of twists and twirls. I honestly don't know how he's able to jump this high. He also has the most bizarre animation when he climbs a ladder. He refuses to touch the rungs and does this wobbly little climb instead. What is this? You get to use the gadgets like the batarangs and the sonar device that calls bats, only this just calls a few bats and not a giant swarm like the film. And of course, you get to use the Batmobile. It's ripped right out of the movie. It has a turbo boost, does the rampless jump, and even fires rockets. It smashes cars and sends them flying like it does in the movie. I do think it was a missed opportunity, though, to not have it actually driving on rooftops. That was kind of a big deal in the film. And when you beat the game, you can do the Batmobile missions with the original desert camo paint job that it had. So the look and feel of the game is pretty good. But what about the story? It opens up with Batman tossing an Arkham inmate through a window and attacking some of Scarecrow's goons while they're spreading gasoline all around. It took me a minute to realize that this was supposed to be the scene where Scarecrow gasses Batman in the apartment that has evidence of the fear toxin. I was confused because instead of the apartment, this is a giant building that you run all around. And instead of 2 goons, Crane has a whole gang of Arkham inmates. Batman still gets gassed, lit on fire, and tossed out the window, so the end result is the same. Then the game chronologically goes back to Bruce Wayne's training in the mountains. Turns out he learned how to use ninja stars and stealth on the same day he betrayed the League and fought Ra's al Ghul. Batman is beginning super fast in this game. Now, in our episode, we had questions about the fate of the criminal that Bruce Wayne was trying to save. Bruce is like, I'm not a killer. I'm going to throw this hot iron into a bag of gunpowder that's going to blow up and probably kill all the ninjas, including the guy that I tried not to kill. We never see what happens to that guy. I think he blows up too.
He just can't kill them directly. Indirectly, he's fine at murdering.
Maybe he ran away. You know what's funny? I have to play it. And if I have time, if Crystal can stop dragging the episode out, I will play the game and I'll do a review of the game because I think you actually do save that guy in the video game.
That's great.
Yeah. You also have, I think you also fight Zaz in that game. This game shows that he does escape. He was even going to lead Wayne to the exit, but Wayne stopped to go save Henry. Then the game skips to the fall of Falcone at the docks, which in the movie took about 5 minutes. Here you go through every single inch of the docks, fighting and interrogating people. You even end up in the sewers, because of course you do. After doing all that for 10 hours, you finally get to Falcone, but instead of smashing through the sunroof of his limo, you lift him in the air with a giant magnet, then crawl in through the roof upside down.
What the hell are you? I'm Batman.
Then there's this whole new mission added to the original story. Lucius and Wayne don't find out about the stolen microwave emitter until late into the film. In the game, Lucius knows about it being stolen right away, and Batman uses the Batmobile to chase who he thinks might have it. Turns out it was a decoy truck full of sand. I guess they were fans of the Road Warrior. Then the game adapts the scene where Batman interrogates Flash. This was a 2-minute scene in the film that is now changed to a giant mission where Batman invades the black market and dodges booby traps. The one cool thing about this change is that we get a little bit more Zsasz. In the film, he's just kind of there. If you didn't know who he was in the comics, you would just assume he's a generic bad guy. Here, he gets interrogated by Flash, and we get to see more of his creepy personality.
You'll learn. Who is Crane working for? I'll leave you your tongue so you can beg. Who's Crane working for?
After dropping a steel girder through the ceiling and causing a bunch of chaos, Batman finally gets his hand on Flash, and we get the famous "swear to me" line.
Swear to me.
And then there's another strange added mission where you run around a museum making your way to a helicopter that will take you to Crane. This brings you back to the beginning of the game where Crane hits you with the fear gas. One thing I like about this section in the game is that it actually addresses an issue we had with the film. And he's like, why haven't they felt the effects? He's like, because it hasn't been breathed through the lungs. And I have it here. Thank God no one used a steamer, made some tea, took a really hot shower.
Maybe they did.
That could be a thing. Going back, I would have sprinkled in little things like someone went nuts the other day while cooking. I would have sprinkled stuff in like that.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need it, but like it would
Yeah.
be fun to have those little tidbits of
Yeah.
like, you know, why are these people getting sick?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But no, but so they mentioned like
shower.
yeah, they mentioned that it has to be absorbed through the lungs. So it's like, well, thank God there's no machine that can do that. The game shows that Crane's men have been handling the drugs a little too much and have been accidentally absorbing it. So sometimes when Batman attacks, he turns into the demonic Batman we saw from Crane's hallucination in the film. Batman enters Arkham, and on his way to Crane, he beats the hell out of 100 people, demolishes a water tower, and blows up a kitchen. None of that happened in the movie. Batman listens to Scarecrow interrogating Rachel, and for some reason, this line read by Cillian Murphy always makes me giggle. The way he says this line is just really funny.
What do you know about the Batman? Did he send you here? Who else knows? Talk, damn you.
Batman hits him with the gas, and Scarecrow name drops Roz. This is when it starts to feel a little bit more like the movie, except for the fact that Gordon looks nothing like Gary Oldman. No wonder they reduced his role in the story for the game. I'm honestly shocked they didn't cut him all together. Oh, and the reveal of the Batmobile is lame in this. In the movie, it was awesome.
I'll get my car. I brought mine. Yours.
In the game, he poses in front of the Batmobile and acts like a real cool guy, even though he should be moving really, really fast to save Rachel. Batman speeds back to the Batcave and attends his party as Bruce Wayne. There, Henry reveals himself as Ra's al Ghul, and then everyone from the party is gone and the house is already on fire. He fights ninjas throughout the house and saves Fox from a fire. At this point in the movie, Fox should have already left the party and started making the antidote, but in this version, he got stuck in a kitchen or something. The game ends up like the movie, with Batman fighting ninjas and crazy people in the Narrows, which is covered in fear gas. However, the game switches up the fates of two of its bad guys. Here, Scarecrow is taken out by Batman, and Rachel is the one who knocks out Zsasz. In the film, Batman took out Zsasz, and Rachel tased Scarecrow in the face. The fight on the train goes on a lot longer, and it looks more like a freight train than a monorail. Instead of Gordon destroying the rail and crashing the train into a building, the game's story ends with Batman detonating the Batmobile on the tracks and leaving Ra's on the train to crash into all the debris. So the game took some liberties when it was adapting the story from the film, but for the most part, other than Gordon basically not even being there, it hits all the right beats that it should, and it looks and feels enough like the movie, so I'm gonna give it to this one. Batman Begins the game is just like the movie.
I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid.
If you like this video, please check out the Batman Begins episode of my podcast, or just check out my podcast in general. We have a lot of fun over there. I think you'll really enjoy it. If you like this type of video, check out the other ones I've done. A few years back, I did one for Superman Returns, the game. And my most recent ones were for the Sega CD versions of Bram Stoker's Dracula and Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I hope you enjoy all of that, and I hope you consider signing up for the Patreon, even at the free member tier. I've been putting all my public videos on there, and even the audio versions of the show now get fed to Patreon, so you can enjoy it without having to pledge any money. But you get a lot of fun bonus videos and commentary tracks if you do, so please consider it. That is it for me. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our other videos and Patreon page.